the amount of compromises that I'm having to make for this honestly make me truly regret installing this, and I'm kind of bummed out about it.
Flashback.
What's up, guys? It's Mitchell, and this is my long-term review of Lineage OS for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now, the date of this is April 19th, and that's important to keep a note because this is kind of an early review, but it's still a review, and I've still been using it for a while, and I gotta say, guys, don't waste your time at all. It's not worth it in the least bit, in my opinion, to go ahead and go through the trouble of installing this now. And let's go into the positives as well as the negatives of Lineage OS 18 here on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So the first reason is that for me to go about this process of doing this, it took me about 3.5 hours to do so, and I root and I do stuff with ROMs on devices probably 2 or 3 times a year. Every time I get a device, I install Xiaomi EU. That's a custom ROM that requires me to unlock the bootloader. And even with my experience in doing it, the whole process to set up this ROM, which you can watch that video on how to install this right up here, it still took me quite a while to get this ROM installed. And this is kind of one of the first things that I have to advise against, because if you're new to this whole process for you is just gonna take way too long. Now, the second con of this is the custom recovery. So for a lot of things, we can use TWRP Recovery, and we get some other options like being able to install stuff via USB OTG, etc. Unfortunately, with the current versions of TWRP and Orange Fox Recovery that we have, they do not support decryption. I was unable to get my device to read my SSD, so I couldn't even sideload anything. And that means that I couldn't get the stock camera, or I couldn't even load the ANX camera modification on this device, meaning that I am stuck with the Ultramate, or at least Ultramate is the Gcam version that I have, version of Gcam, which Ultramate's got some great camera optimization on the front sensor, and I get pretty great results with it in my super duper messy house. But for things like the ultra wide camera itself doesn't work. It only works for video, which is great because we get 4K 30 on it, but we don't get any of the stock camera modes, and I have been unable to get the ANX camera mode on here with my current TWRP Recovery that I have on here. Now, talking about TWRP Recovery, you can't even use TWRP Recovery to get this installed. You have to use the custom Lineage OS one, and then if you want any other functionality, you have to then flash a new recovery, TWRP or Orange Fox Recovery over this. And then if you want to update Lineage OS, you might have to go back to a different recovery still. So in regards to other features and other things between stock MIUI, which I have stock MIUI on my Xiaomi Mi 10, or I have Xiaomi EU, and I can kind of go back and forth with these to kind of get a better sense of what things are better and what things are worse. Personally, MIUI, I prefer the way the quick settings is, being able to have them in 2 divided things. I find that to be more convenient for me. It feels a little bit more intuitive in regards to that. The next one, the thing that I forgot to mention, is that if you can get, because I was able to try to flash ANX, but it didn't work because I wasn't rooted. And if you want to root this device, then you're gonna have issues with banking apps, so it's just kind of a handful. The next one is the icons. At least the stock icons with this are kind of ugly. I know that you can change them in developer settings, but out of the box, I don't find this aesthetically more pleasing than the Xiaomi one. Slower charging. Right now the 33 watt charging is buggy or doesn't work. Kind of all of the charging with it is buggy and kind of doesn't work, and I don't know what the current state of fast charging is. Maybe by the time you're watching this video, it's gotten better. We have less options for tweaks in regards to like the way stuff is sized. Hey guys, real quick, if you're on Twitter, go ahead and connect with me there. It's where I can answer a lot of your questions. And also my Twitter bio is the only place that I have my Discord server linked. I'm on there all the time doing chats and stuff like that with you guys. Hope to see you all over there. Let's go. Now this is one that really gets me because on my Xiaomi Mi 10, I can go ahead and I can pin my commonly used or my frequently used apps open, and so that they are kind of always allowed to be up and running, and I don't have to spend much time waiting for them to load when I'm not using them. On Android open source, we don't have that, and on a device that has UFS 2.2 storage, it makes the device feel slower, not being able to pin those apps open. It definitely is a downside for me. Worst gestures. The gestures, in my opinion, they don't feel any better or more responsive than they do in MIUI, and I really don't like this back gesture, the way it kind of pops out like that. Personal preference thing, I just don't think that it's a better alternative to stock. Less options for organizing the launcher. So here in stock launcher, we just have this option for organizing our apps. In MIUI, communication, entertainment, photography, and we can go and kind of change some of those options so that you're not just left with an alphabetical list, which to me is not that huge of a deal, but it's definitely, see, now you guys can see, there we go. You got just one of those things, personal preference. Positives, we do seem to have a little bit more free RAM, but it does kill apps that are open in the background if we have more than like 4 or 5 open apps at one time. All of the Google features work flawlessly, including our little Edge Google this gesture, which this gesture. I don't know how to use this gesture. What do I? Oh, well, most of the Google apps and Google, see? Okay, Google, hey Google. So yeah, most of the Google stuff works. Oh, it worked better on the one with Xiaomi EU. Most of the Google stuff works well and or flawlessly, but it's not perfect. The system seems to get better battery life by maybe 15% better screen on time, which on this device turns out to be an extra hour and a half, maybe almost 2 hours, which is kind of a big deal, but this is with this Android open source ROM, getting about roughly 10 and a half hours mixed usage. It's quite a beast with this. Now the device does feel like in some ways that, see now Google's not working. In some ways the device does feel snappier and more responsive, but it's not like I'm waiting any less for applications to load versus MIUI. And so the performance difference between the two of these isn't that great, and the amount of compromises I'm having to make for this honestly make me truly regret installing this, and I'm kind of bummed out about it. If you guys like these ROM reviews, I think the next one that I'm gonna flash is gonna be Xiaomi EU, so that I can do a camera comparison between stock and Gcam, because this is just not working out for me. I'm not really feeling it. And yeah, that's that. If you guys like these videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you want to support me, Surfshark VPN, you get 83% off, and they are a big supporter of the channel. If you want to connect with me, go ahead and check me out on Discord, and I'll have links, all that stuff in the description down below.